want to meet her. She has a great voice.
What's going on here?
Let's go down to the, there you go. Let's see one person. We'll see other people zooming,
Jeffrey?
but when we get to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're all set.
All right, we are good.
All right, is Courtney on there?
I don't see him yet.
We'll see.
Okay, he will be. All right, you have any public communications?
No. Nope, none.
None.
Um,
All right. Approval of the minutes of September 27th.
Motion, make a motion to approve the minutes of September 27th. You're talking just the regular minutes, Dave, or you want the special meeting
Regular
too?
minutes.
I second it.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Minutes of the special meeting on September 27th.
Motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of September 27th.
Second it.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? None? Good. New applications, Take 5 oil change.
right, so we have applicants who are online, and I'm gonna start promoting them so that they can share their screen. So Bob, I'm promoting you first. And it looks like there are a number of other folks here, so just let me know who all is part of your team once you. There we go. I think Jeffrey also is. So Bob, can you let me know who else I need to promote from your team? Or
Oh.
Jeffrey, somebody. Is it just you guys?
I believe for now, that's enough. My partner and brother Adam is on as well.
Yep, I see that. Okay. Okay. And there's someone on the phone as well. So just let me know if there's someone else on your team that needs to be promoted so they can speak or share their screen.
Okay, will do. Thank you, Deb.
All right. So you guys are good to go.
Bob, do you want to kick it off with the plans or do you? It looks like your hand's raised. You might be on mute.
He is.
Well,
Oh, there you go.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, Bob, I'm asking you to unmute.
there he is.
All right, this is looking good. Okay. So you should be able to share your screen.
Talk already.
Nope, this is looking good. All right.
Thank you, Bob.
So where is this?
We're just learning.
It's on Long Hill.
Yeah,
One there.
this
The
application
Miracle Mile.
came in after the agenda had
Yeah.
already been posted.
So we, nobody knows.
Are you all going to make a presentation?
Yes, I think Bob was going to kick it off. Let me check with his texting his cell. Maybe he's having some audio trouble.
Okay.
It's an empty lot on the corner.
In the corner of what?
Yeah, so this property is on the corner of Meridian Street and Quonic Road. It's a vacant property. A number of years ago, a fast food restaurant was there. It's been demolished. It's next to an empty Pizza Hut
Yeah.
near Hillary's.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's,
Okay.
that's the property.
Yes, and thank you, Commissioner. I apologize for the technical situation here. Can you maybe promote another number? Bob says that he maybe is dialed in as well, and for some reason he can't speak on this, but
Sure. I can. You think so? Yeah. So okay, so I've got Tanya, Adam, and a phone number.
I think it's probably the phone number.
All right. All right, we're going to allow to talk at any rate. Okay. So they should be able to unmute and speak.
Great.
Okay, I think, do you have
It is.
audio now?
There we go.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, much better. Sorry for the technical difficulties here, but, okay, my name's Bob Wee. I'm a licensed professional engineer with the firm of Codispoti and Associates, with offices located at 263 Boston Post Road in Orange, Connecticut. And we're here tonight on behalf of the applicant, Faulkner Groton LLC. And Jeff Kimberly is also online with us for tonight too, to answer any questions with regards to the actual facility itself. The proposed project is for a Take 5 oil change drive-through facility, and being located at 671 Long Hill Road. What I'd like to do is turn everybody's attention to the survey and existing condition sheet. And I'll try to blow that area up a little bit better for us. And basically the property is approximately 0.89 acres in size. It was, for past uses, there was formerly a restaurant on the site and parking areas, which are still in place. So on our existing condition survey, you could see the outline of the parking, which is existing out there today. And then the former restaurant was basically in that center portion of the island in through here. The restaurant has been demolished, so right now that's kind of a gravel and grass area that's kind of grown in over the years. Prior to the restaurant use, there was also a service station in the same general footprint area, which was just up in this area, up in this portion of the site here. So as you can see from this particular plan, the existing developed portion of the property occupies the upper 2/3 of the site. And the rear portion of the property down and through here is lightly wooded with evidences of some past disturbances. There's some debris piles in through here. We have an existing drainage easement and a storm drain pipe which outlets in the southwest corner of the property. This pipe picks up drainage from Meridian Street and a portion of Long Hill Road. All the flow from this pipe right now flows unabated through the outlet and discharges into a wetland system that's located on the southwest corner of the property, which is depicted in this shaded area and through here. The wetlands were flagged by Scott Stevens back in May of 2023. All told, there's approximately 1,100 square feet of wetlands on the property through 2 areas. And the wetland system does continue off-site down to the adjacent property to the south of us. And then the wetlands itself, and I believe the soil scientist report has been submitted as part of the application. But basically, the wetland soil consists mainly of Walpole, sandy loams, and Scarborough mucks. The edge of the existing pavement right now today is approximately 52 feet away from the wetlands at its closest point. There's also presently no stormwater management on site for dealing with water quality, volumes of runoff, or peak rates of discharge. There are a couple of catch basins that were up along Long Hill Road. There's one here in the driveway, another one here, and that connects up to a drainage system that's presently out on Long Hill Road. The topography of the site is set up so that there's basically a ridge line that runs through the middle portion of the developed area. So the north part basically drains through the pavement and grass area and gets out to Long Hill Road, is intercepted by the catch basins, and then the roadway drainage system itself. The rear portion of the property flows over the pavement and then overland flow coming down through a number of swales and eventually reaches the wetland system down along the southern portion of the property. So there's a swale here that discharges to the wetlands, and then there's another swale that comes down through this portion here, and that also contributes to the wetlands. And then the last swale is over the existing drainage pipe. This swale receives runoff mostly from the adjacent property to the north and west of us. Based upon the topography, there's approximately 12 feet of topographic relief from the ridge line up in this general area here at approximate elevation 37, draining down to a low point on the site of approximate elevation 25 along that particular portion of the wetlands. As part of the proposed development, all of the existing pavement and structures within this area will be removed and replaced with a new 1,700 square foot building and driveway and parking area. The building will consist of the oil and lube change facility, which is basically right through here. So the traffic patterns, what I should do is just back up for a minute here on the existing conditions. So right now there are presently 2 curb cuts going out to Long Hill Road. And as part of our proposal, which is shown on sheet SP1 of the site plan, we are going to be removing the northerly curb cut up in here, and that's done basically in conjunction with DOT and in conversations with the planning department, given the proximity to the intersection. So the proposed project will only have the 1 curb cut on Long Hill Road for entering and exiting. The entrance will come in through here. You'll take a right-hand turn when you come in through the lube facility, which is a drive-through, exit through the south part of the building, and then exit back out onto Long Hill and back out onto Long Hill Road.
And Bob, if I could quickly, I think it actually goes the other way through. You come in up and then into the back of the building up the front.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The flow. Yeah. All right.
There was a line.
The flow path is going to be first from the other one.
Right, you're right.
But with that being said, the pavement area that's there is going to be, or the total amount of impervious coverage for the proposed plan is actually going to be less than what's out there today. We'll be reducing that by approximately, or the impervious area will be reduced to 0.29 acres. And as a result, that's going to result in smaller volumes and peak rates of runoff on the property if we were to do nothing in terms of stormwater management on the site. We also reviewed DEEP's groundwater mapping, and for this particular area in this part of town, the groundwater is classified as GB, and is presumed not to be suitable for drinking water without treatment. So with that being said, that brings us to our proposed stormwater planning, and that is shown on sheet SP2, which is the grading plan for the proposed development. And as part of the stormwater management plan, we've incorporated several features in here to provide for water quality enhancements to the stormwater runoff, which will provide for additional protection to the wetland systems for which a portion of the drainage will be discharging to. So we've included 2 proposed systems, one for the front, which will basically be up in here with the galleries and a water quality structure. And then likewise for the rear, we have a water quality structure, and then the galleries coming in through the back through here. So for both systems, the runoff from either the pavement and or the roof will be collected through runoff onto the pavement or piping of the roof drainage, which will be directed to one of the two water quality structures, which are both hydrodynamic separators, and will provide for the treatment of the stormwater runoff, which reaches it, for the removal of suspended solids and floatables. From there, after we get through the water quality structure, the runoff will be directed to a diversion structure, where the low flows and the water quality volume of runoff will be directed into one of the two galleries, this one being the north and this one being the south or the rear system. So basically, the entire water quality volume for the project will be collected and retained in both of those gallery systems. For the higher storm events that come up, the high level overflows inside the diversion structure will allow the excess flow to be directed for the northerly system to tie into the drainage system that's out on Long Hill Road. And for the southerly system, we've included an outlet pipe, which would discharge down in this general vicinity here. And the discharge from that would go into a scour hole prior to being directed into the wetland system down through that swale system. By retaining the water quality volume for each system, a decrease of 100% of the DCIA, or what's more commonly known as the directly connected impervious areas from the developed portion of the site will be obtained. And that meets the requirement for the MS4, both for the town of Groton and the state of Connecticut deep MS4 permits. During construction, the site and wetlands will be protected from erosion with the inclusion of a detailed soil erosion sediment control plan, which is shown on sheet SP3 of the drawings. And basically, it includes the typical devices I'm sure this commission is familiar with. We have silt fencing, which will be provided at all the downstream areas and the cleared areas to prevent the runoff from traveling in a downstream fashion towards the wetlands. We've also included silt sacks on the existing catch basins to prevent any runoff that may emanate from the construction area from getting into the catch basin systems there. And as noted before, we have some hay bales at the outlet side of the scour hole to collect and treat the runoff coming in through that area there. So with that, that pretty much wraps up my quick summary and overview of what the project is, and hopefully you're able to follow along with that. And if the commission has any questions, we'll try to get those answered for you. And Jeff is also on the line to address or answer any of the operational functions of the proposal.
Thank you, Bob.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you say what the building is going to be used for? Did I miss that?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, Bob.
No, go ahead, Jeff.
Sure. So, hello, everyone. This is Jeff Kimberly. I live in Fairfield, Connecticut. So we're developing Take 5 drive-through oil change facilities throughout Connecticut. This will be our fourth one. We have one up in Norwich that we're building, and two a little bit further out west that are already up and running. So it's a fairly simple concept. You know, as Bob noted, it's a 1,700 square foot building. It typically does about 20 to 50 cars per day. So traffic is pretty minimal. There's no basement in these buildings. There's no lifts, which, sometimes can be environmentally, you need to be careful with. So it's a fairly simple, fast, and convenient offering to the community. As noted, it's about 20 to 50 cars per day. It's a fully contained system. So all the used oil is placed into a used oil tank, and that is recycled. Safety Clean comes by and picks that up for us. The new oil is placed in a above ground tote tanks that sit in the main bay next to the drive-through galleries, and it's a fully contained system. There's no drains within the the bays where, you know, oil could, you know, leak down into the water system. Everything is fully contained and put into the used oil tank. That's what we're offering, and we're excited to potentially be, you know, developing this in the town of Groton.
How many cars will be serviced at once?
So that we're proposing a 3-bay facility, so it can do 3 at a time. But you know, it's typically 20 to 50 a day in these facilities.
We need an arrow.
With the buildings there, so they're gonna come in. Where
Yeah, I
SS
get all that. What are those two south of the building? What are those two things that look like structures?
Underwater.
Right, I think those are the infiltration, that for the stormwater facilities.
Oh,
Those
oh
are the-
no, not the two long
left there?
things. The two. I'll show you.
Just don't touch the screen because it's a
Okay.
touch screen. Okay.
Where's highlighting?
That's the dumpster.
Oh, a dumpster.
Yes, yep.
Oh, with a fence around.
Exactly.
And what's that?
There's a sidewalk there and it looks like a parking area.
Oh, so.
Oh, I
but
can't
basically
tell
that's
without
it.
the green.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often does the used oil? Well, it depends. Who takes the used oil?
It's a
What-
company
what's
called Safety Clean picks it up, and actually some of our facilities use the used oil to actually heat the facility, but we're planning natural gas here. So, and the other thing
Oh.
I should mention is that these are drive-through facilities, so you know, customers stay in their car, so there's, you know, a few parking spaces, but those are mostly just for employees. You know, the customers are allowed to stay in their car, and just for the convenience and comfort of doing so. And you know, it's usually, you know, 10 minutes or so to be in and out. You drive right through, you don't need an appointment. So that's the offering.
Okay.
I have a question about the drainage easement on the northwest. I don't know. I've lost my,
The drainage easement.
the drainage
good enough.
easement. So I sometimes, I might have misunderstood you. So is there a pipe coming from a catch basin on Meridian Street, did you say there? Or could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, the easement is crosshatched here and
Yeah.
basically encompasses that southwest portion of the property. The pipe discharges to the wetlands right about here.
Yeah.
And then it connects up to a manhole on Meridian in this approximate location up here. And that manhole receives runoff from this catch basin, and a couple catch basins a little bit further to the west.
Are there separators in the road there, or what kind of, are they?
Yeah, I don't believe that there's any treatment provided in that drainage system. And again, that's your municipal system that discharges all that water.
Mhm. And could you
So I
put,
think from the catch basins that I looked at up in here, they look like typical catch basins. It didn't look like there was any treatment being provided in there.
gotcha. Is there anything that you could put at that outlet that would help with any of
Well, I
that?
mean, that's really not the location to do anything with that, and quite frankly, that's not our stormwater, and that's an easement that does not belong to us.
Yeah,
It's an easement that's granted to others.
got it. Thanks.
Oh, I get it.
So we have a staff review scheduled toward the end of the month. One of the first projects that I reviewed when I started here was the reconstruction of Meridian Street. So I will pull those plans and see what exactly was put in there. I
Great.
don't remember whether or not any kind of, it was a while ago. I don't
Yeah.
remember if water quality was an
Yeah,
issue at that point. Yeah. So you folks want to walk the site, or
I don't think I need to.
I'm pretty familiar with it.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
are you comfortable classifying?
I make a motion to classify the Take 5
Sure.
drive-through oil change on Long Hill Road 261 or 621,
671.
671 as minor.
Second it.
Okay, discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. All right,
Great, thank you.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.
We appreciate your time.
I may go out there and walk down the back just to look at it.
You can pull in there and park pretty easy.
Yeah.
If you all want to do it on your own.
Pretty familiar with it. A friend of mine used to have a restaurant there in the 70s.
What was the name of it?
Some kind of fish thing. It was,
I don't remember.
I don't remember the name.
It's been vacant for a while.
It has,
Yeah.
and empty, that's right.
We were just getting started. He used to give us coupons all the time.
Mhm, mhm.
We ate a lot of fish. Okay. Industrial building, 115 Leonard.
Right, so you've seen this and walked the site, units you haven't, but we have reviewed the revised plans, and there, all the comments have been satisfied at this point, so I have a motion for you tonight. And we also have the applicant here, she can present. It's up to you.
Well, I mean, it's definitely a pretty easy site
Mhm.
and being almost dead level and gravel and as long as they're not penetrating back into the woods and the wetlands in the back, then I don't have any problems with it.
We're just gonna roll out the plan for the camera.
Thank you, Deb.
There's a wetland by the railroad track. at the
Yeah,
back.
Yep. I looked at the plans online.
Oh, you want to turn it the other way? There should be rocks in there.
I always brought rocks home for Deb during for my trip.
There you go.
She could throw them when she goes to council meetings.
I feel like you're here, but we might as well. Do I need to turn this on?
You can just take it out. Yeah, would you please? That'd be great. Thank you. Just pull it out.
All right. Okay, good evening, Susan Marquardt, professional engineer with Lorero Engineering. We also have John Luther here, the owner and applicant. So like we mentioned at the last meeting and on the site walk, a new industrial building at the rear of the property. When we were out there, we looked at kind of the edge of where the wetlands were. And basically the only thing on the revised plans was just a little more detailing of the stormwater and a couple of details. So that's the only thing that's changed since we were before you last time.
Question?
I don't have any problem with them.
I don't even.
Make a motion to approve the industrial building at 115 Leonard Drive. This permit is subject to the 4 standard conditions and the following modification. Any modification to the work in the upland review area or the wetlands imposed by a federal, state, or local agency shall require additional review by town staff or inland wetlands agency, whichever is appropriate. And number 2, the construction sequence will be revised to reflect a pre-construction meeting that shall be held prior to installation of the silt fence, and an inspection by town staff shall occur after this installation.
Second it.
Other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Tensions? Yeah,
Thank you very much.
we didn't even have to use the rocks.
Are you related to Al Luther? Yes. Are you a brother?
Oh, maybe we should have reconsidered. Huh?
No, that's my father.
Oh, really? My goodness. I used to work with Al. Yeah. Yeah, tell him hello.
That's familiar with me.
I am. And it's birds.
If I don't get my way, I put my dad on. He's retired, he's got a lot of free time.
Oh.
First person you want.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Seaport Community Church re-subdivision.
Right, so we just went out on a site visit for that and they are revising their plans, so we're waiting for the revised plans.
Okay,
Is that the same church that we okayed a parking lot or more parking spaces?
So
There are two churches up there on Route 184 that, and both of them have wetland permits.
Oh.
So I'm not sure which one you're thinking.
I think this one was off of, not on 184. Well, maybe, I don't know where it was, but it was up there somewhere.
Oh, I
And
think
it was a-
you're thinking Tollgate Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
that's
different church.
Okay. All right.
all right, driveway drainage 76, pardon me, McDonald Court.
That application's been withdrawn.
Mm.
Go on, huh?
Oh, interesting. They're gonna deal with it, huh?
All right, that's that. I don't have anything. Do you have anything, Deb?
I don't know.
No.
Nope.
No,
Great,
so we could call for a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
A second,
Second it.
all right. All those in favor say, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
Very.
we're done.